quick. So I did do some researching on Rick and Morty, and yeah, it's not a Back to the Future spinoff. I don't know why I thought that. I guess because the old guy just reminds me too much of Doc from Back to the Future. Oh, it's Evil Within too, by the way. But yeah, so it's like a scientist, and the boy is a younger relative of his. Yeah, so the older guy is some sort of, I guess, scientist of some sort, and the younger guy is a relative of his, and they have some sort of, they've got some sort of misadventures going on. And yeah, the in season 3, the Szechuan sauce that has been away for 18 years, mind you, they mentioned it, and McDonald's decided they would take advantage of this and bring it back in very, very ridiculously limited quantities. And yeah, the rest after that is just crazy. McDonald's releases it uh limited quantities for one day at select locations, and there just wasn't enough to meet the demand. And like I said, my opinion honestly is that people only give a shit about this sauce because it was hard to get. Because when the sauce originally came out alongside Mulan, no one cared about it. And now all of a sudden, some 2 decades later, almost 2 decades later, upwards of 2 decades later, people are going crazy over it because it's in limited, quantities, to where people are selling it for $200+ on eBay. A guy was selling, guy who got a packet was selling dips in it for $10 each, which I find that to be hilarious. Like I'm not even mad at him about that. And then yeah, a local Michigan woman proposed to trade her car for a packet of the sauce, and the trade actually happened. So people have been going crazy over this, and I've seen YouTube videos of people's behavior, like actually at the McDonald's locations. They're like chanting. A guy was saying Szechuan, and then the crowd would go sauce. That it was like really crazy. I also saw a clip of a guy on the counter at McDonald's jumping up and down like an idiot, saying he wants his Szechuan sauce. So I just don't see it, man. I mean, I know people like what they like, but I really think that people are just going crazy over this because it's hard to get. Because if memory serves me correctly, the sauce wasn't even that great. And here is the kicker. Here is the absolute kicker. You can make this sauce yourself. It is not difficult to make. It's only a couple of ingredients. You can make the sauce yourself. It may not taste exactly like McDonald's, but it's going to taste similar enough. I would most certainly rather make the sauce myself than part with my vehicle. That's just crazy to me. Yeah, I mean, memes aside, it's not worth all this over. I'm sorry. It's just not. It is a packet of high fructose corn syrup infused sauce, and not that great of a sauce at that. I mean, it's really, you know, I mean, I get it. The show was popular. I so get that. But when have you ever seen another popular show? I mean, there are shows out there that have been way more popular than Rick and Morty, that mentioned something in real life or whatever, and people didn't go crazy over it like this. This is just really, really ridiculous. And McDonald's is going to be releasing the sauce again, but this time in larger quantities because it was such a clusterfuck of just ignorant human behavior that happened this last time. McDonald's, apologized for not making enough of it. Uh, and my theory of why they didn't make enough of it is because they didn't want to be stuck with cases of this average at best sauce that they can't get rid of. So regardless of the fact that Rick and Morty is as popular as it is, Rick and Morty's popularity doesn't change the fact that the sauce is average at best. So to prevent being stuck with cases of it that they can't get rid of it, like they did back when Mulan came out, they released it in very limited quantities. Their logic made sense to me. Maybe they released it in too small of an amount. It does seem like that. They released it in too small of an amount. But I can certainly understand the fear of making too much of it and being stuck with it. So that is just crazy to me. I Humanity in the information age is just full of all sorts of surprises. Just when I think that things can't get any weirder or any crazier, the internet manages to surprise me and outdo itself. So I wonder how that person who traded their car for a packet feels now that it's been revealed that they're going to be doing some more of it. It's going to be coming out. And not only that you could have just made it yourself. How to make that sauce has been on the internet for a very long time. It's not anything new. And then their recipe that they make now probably doesn't even taste identical to how it did originally. So no matter what, you're not getting the original run. So it's just really weird. A week long promotion a week long promotion would have been better, but I still think that in a week long promotion they would have still ran the risk of being stuck with a bunch of packets of it. Because if it were a week long promotion, I honestly don't think that the craze for it would have been what it was. If you could have easily got that sauce anywhere, at any McDonald's you walk into for a week, I don't think people would have cared as much. I really do think that the scarcity of it is what really has made people crazy. Because why else would you trade your car for something? It's because of the scarcity of it. A person's not going to trade their car for something that they can walk into any McDonald's and get. They're going to trade their car for something that they want to get because of the scarcity of it. It's simply human nature to want stuff that everyone else can't have. When we get something that everyone else can't have, it makes us feel better than them because we have something rare, that we have that they can't get. So that's just really what it came down to with this Szechuan sauce. It is the rarity of it. In this case, the hunt for the treasure is more fun and more rewarding than the treasure itself. Because at the end of the day, you get a package of average at best sauce that no one cared about 18 years ago, and if it weren't for the fact that it was so scarce now, they still wouldn't care about it. I think it was cool that Rick and Morty brought it up. I really do, and I think that did genuinely stir some interest in it. But the scarcity of it is where I believe that it turned into the craziness that it is now. People were just going crazy over. They fell in love with getting it because it was unobtainable. Watch when McDonald's does this re-release. People aren't going to care as much. I guarantee you it. People are going to be over it. McDonald's is going to do this new run. It's going to be more plentiful, and people aren't going to care as much. Because now I can't get something that other people don't have because now other people can get it now. So it's all of that craziness is going to dry right up when the second run of the sauce comes out. So I don't know, man. It was interesting. The whole ordeal was very interesting to say the least. It's one of the weirder internet things to happen in quite a while, I should say. Yeah. Yeah, thinking about the videos that I've seen, it's definitely the most interesting thing to happen. And interesting. You could take that to be good or bad. It's a little of both. For different reasons, but it's definitely one of the more interesting, if not weirder, things I've seen happen on the internet in a while.